Okay, we should be fine. Okay, so everybody got a chance to watch that murder rap documentary.
I did, and I just want to say that the only reason why I watched it was because of y'all.
Yeah. Why you wouldn't been interested in it?
No, because I'm like murders. I could care less. I'm just like, it doesn't bring me joy or positivity. Nope. Next.
Oh yeah, well you are a millennial though.
It's true.
Yeah, she wasn't around for that. You know what I mean? That's not important to her. That wasn't part of her generation.
Yeah, that was
Well,
like a real.
it was because I was so, okay. So I'll say this because I was 10. No, I was like 10, 11 when they passed away. But I mean, I knew of them. I knew about them. But I will also say that was around the time that I was living in Ohio, and I call that. This is gonna sound horrible, but I call that like my white phase. Because I kind of got taken out of a lot of the hip hop, and it was more so pop stuff like that, just because the people I was around. So
okay.
like when all that stuff was going on, I was kind of removed from that music scene anyway. But like I still knew who they were, and I knew it was a big deal when it happened. When they happened.
Yeah, because I think at that time we were in our 20s.
I was in my 20s, my early 20s.
Yeah, it was not that happened. I remember when
like
that happened.
24.
Yeah, that's gotta be about right. Yeah, because that was like a real big deal. But I always heard, they always passed the rumor that police officer was involved, but I had never seen that documentary.
Daddy did that. He did that. He did that. I'm sorry, he did it. He did it. Once I saw that documentary and heard all that evidence, he did that.
You think so?
Oh yeah, he did that.
Okay.
Yeah, if somebody was to take this to trial, he get found guilty. If somebody was to take this to trial, he would get found guilty.
Yeah, because I think that and then Suge Knight retaliated. But I think that when they were the guy that was the informant, everything that he was saying just about that they could cooperate it. Everything that he was saying. So I know he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. When even when they went back to old interviews, when they were first investigating the case, it all lined up with what he was saying. So I'm like, this dude is not lying. This really happened. He paid them. And then I think the one guy that got the money never paid it out. They got $500,000. What was the guy? Yeah. He kept the money. He kept the money. He people. And then the people that Suge Knight paid to kill Biggie, I think his girlfriend or whoever, baby mother or something, didn't she keep part of the money too? They was doing the math of how much it was supposed to be like $25,000 payout.
Yep, and she kept 12.
The guy $13,000 in 2 increments of payments. And then so they accounted, they said they think the rest of it was she kept it for herself. I was like, oh my goodness.
But I can't blame her because she's the one that pretty much had to set everything up. Like she's taking all the risks because she's going in the jail meeting with Suge and everything and having to coordinate all this. So I mean, I can't say I blame her.
But but was that the arrangement or did she just take it?
Oh, okay. So that I don't know. I the way I feel about it, she probably just took some. But I could also see the dude that I guess carried out the hit or whatever. If he only asked for like $9,000 up front and then said Andy $4,000 to get out of town, she's like, look, that's still less than what I got paid total. So yeah, here, take it. If that's all you were asking for.
I thought maybe he said he would do it for the 25, unless I missed something.
Oh, I got you.
So she gave him the down payment, but that is kind of strange. He asked for money to get out of town later. So I don't know what that's about. But the one guy, he kept the money. He never paid anybody that money that Puffy paid.
And legit, it doesn't sound like they ever got the full $1 million. Like,
well, that's because only one died. It was $1 million for 2.
Right. It was $500,000.
Oh, okay. I got you.
and they were thinking that Puffy didn't pay it. And I think somebody said, nah, he gave the money to the guy Zip.
He gave it to Zip. His Zip kept the whole thing.
And he wasn't even a shoot.
No, wasn't even in the car. Wasn't even in the car. That's what you get for sending other people to get your money.
Mm-hmm. But my thing is, is Zip still alive or is he dead?
I don't know. They didn't say, but they did say that at the time he was battling cancer or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did he go after him and he got all that money?
Well, because I think what happened is who was it? Keffy D, Keffy, whatever his name is, Keefe. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So I think Keefe, something happened. He went to jail, and I guess while he was in jail, that's when Zip was able to collect on the payment. By the time Keefe got out, he was asking about the money, and Zip and Puff, I guess, weren't answering the phone, so he hadn't talked to anybody since he had gotten out of prison. And then it came out like, oh, okay, well, no, like Zip legit got paid, but he wasn't sharing it with y'all. So.
Right. And then I think Puffy gave an interview. Well, he'll keep saying that he blames himself for his death. And I'm like, yeah, you should blame yourself for his death because you was part of all this. But he's trying to say he blames himself for his death because they were supposed to go to London that night or go perform. They had somewhere to go in London. And I don't know if he let Biggie talk him out of it. He let somebody talk him out of it. And he said, had he went, then they wouldn't have been killed. That's what he's saying. But I'm thinking, how all these years you living with no regrets? I mean, it got to be eating him up.
Puff Daddy's been doing nefarious things for years prior to that. So, Tupac may not be the only person that he killed.
Right.
No, that's real.
So, this is probably, the most publicized murder. But if you saw that documentary, they talked about how some of Suge Knight's bodyguards were murdered prior to this.
Yeah.
And they believe that he had something to do with it. I
remember back in the day, somebody in Puffy's camp got killed at a party. They didn't even bring that up. So it was like, they were going back and forth and it got real dangerous. But to me, it seemed like, especially Biggie, I'm not too sure about Tupac, but they really ain't know what was going on. I mean, they was getting killed by what was going on with Suge and Puffy. You know what I'm saying?
Behind the scenes.
Well, they was their money maker. They were their golden thing. So Suge had Tupac, Puffy had B.I.G., and they were fighting about the money, and that's their golden gooses. If you kill golden gooses, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Suge Knight was going around, saw him on the Hip Hop Source Awards, saying, if you tired of somebody always in the videos, always on the, come to death row. Come to death row. And he was getting artists. He was getting artists away from Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy had to put an end to that. And Suge Knight is a gangster. You know what I'm saying? If you don't kill Tupac, you don't have to kill Suge Knight. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, if I do this, I'm going to have to kill him. Because he's coming back.
At least with Tupac, at least he did get into a little scuffle with Orlando Brown,
But that didn't have nothing to do with the murder.
I know it did. I know it did. But I'm saying in Tupac's mind, it probably related back to that. Biggie, on the other hand, he probably was wondering what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? He had no idea he was just calling this because he thought it was safe. Okay, Mom, with that mic.
I was wondering, what is that?
That's Marcia.
Oh. I was like, what's that rubbing together? I didn't know what it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The mic. Oh, okay. Mic check. We need to start doing mic check.
I apologize. I didn't know y'all could hear that. Okay.
Yeah. If you just drop it, it'll pick it up.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, but so dang, I forgot what I was going to say.
Biggie being a pawn, he's like he's thinking he's safe, and he's really not knowing what's going on.
Right. He thought he was safe because Tupac was dead and Suge Knight was in jail. So he thought, okay, I can go back, everything cool, because he had people there he was dealing with anyway. So I don't think he thought. I think he thought he was going really safe. But his mom, I real felt bad for her because she didn't have a good feeling about it.
Yeah.
Puffy knew he wasn't safe. That's why he wasn't in the car with him. That's your boy, and y'all driving in separate cars.
That's real.
Right. But I'm saying Biggie probably.
You know what happened with Suge and Tupac the last time they was riding together, and you said, "No, I'm not gonna ride with him because I don't know when they coming. I don't know when they coming, so I'm not gonna be in the car with them." They were supposed to be best friends. So you explain to me why the two best friends were in different cars.
But why would Puffy let him go then if that was his moneymaker?
Well, it was a vibe thing. It was a promotional thing.
I know it was a promotional thing, but why wouldn't he turn? Because they hadn't been in California for a long time when they did that, when they had all that beefing going back and forth. Puffy wasn't going to California. So why would Puffy, if he felt like somebody was going to kill his number one artist that was making his label all that money, why would he even book him for that award? Was it the award show?
It was after the Soul Train Awards, and then Vibe magazine had a thing. But in the music business, you got to do that stuff. You got to go, but you got to go to the award shows. You got to go to the promos at the end. I mean, that is something that you got to do. The music business is like any other business. So if you are in the business and you got music making and you got fans and you got all of that, you better show up, because if you don't, the next time Vibe might not give you, when your album come out, you might not get a review. You better not snub a premier music magazine's show, because you're going to need them for the next project. So sometimes you got to go to that stuff.
My point is, they have been doing that. They had been doing that. They had not been going there for anything for a long time. So my thing is, I think they had a false sense of security thinking Tupac's dead and Suge Knight was in jail. I think they had a false sense of security.
I don't, because Suge Knight is not one island. You know what I'm saying? This dude was in a gang. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you lock up a gang member don't mean the gang ain't coming. And they got phones in jail. They got cricket security guards in jail. If you want to get somebody, being in jail don't stop nothing. Because you got people who will guard you who make it to the outside. And if you got money somewhere, you could just say, my boy Charles is going to meet you before your shift with $500,000. You go ahead and tell him I said. I mean, it's so easy to do. I just think that I think that the false sense of security wasn't that they weren't going to retaliate, but that I think Puff Daddy thought he had enough security. Because if you look at that documentary, he had a lot of people in a caravan, and I think his insurance was don't be in the car with Biggie. So Biggie had his people, Puff Daddy had his people. They had this whole caravan, thinking that they even had undercover police officers, who was helping them, who probably told them, man, we got this covered. And they had a false sense of security because they think they had security. And then Biggie got killed. And if you hear, I don't know if y'all heard that documentary, but if you hear Puff Daddy in the audio, he was not panicked. He didn't say, oh my God. He was not panicked. He was not panicked.
How many cars behind him?
I think he knew it. I think he knew something was going to come, but I think he thought he had it covered.
Yeah, how many cars was he behind him?
Oh, I don't know.
So in the documentary, it said that. I think like Puff was in front, then I think it was Biggie's car, and then I think there was a security detail behind them, right? But in the documentary, it says that Puff, whoever was driving him, kind of like sped through to beat a red light.
What?
And yeah. They said that when they were leaving when they were leaving the vibe party,
right,
going to the next thing or whatever, Puff's people
sped ahead to beat a red light. Biggie's people were trying to do the same thing, but got caught up at the red light.
Okay.
And then, like with the security detail, that there was that black Impala that was trying, or like that dark Impala that was trying to come in between the security detail and Biggie's car, but the security detail like meandered around and just like held their position. And then pop. And then after that, I think they said like security tried to like chase after the Impala a little bit, but they by the time they made the turn, they had already lost them. And then Puff's car made a U-turn and came back to where Biggie's car was.
Oh, okay.
That causes more suspicion now for me, because he ran the red light knowing that everybody was behind him.
Yeah, why would he leave everybody like that?
Yeah, well, they didn't specifically say that he ran the red light. They specifically said that they were speeding up to beat the red light.
But why would you have all those people behind you?
Questions that needs answers.
Who was driving?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm assuming it had to be one of the security guards. I'm assuming.
Right, probably had somebody.
And we all noticed that Puffy, I have not heard about. If there is one, I hadn't heard about it. But he has not sued anybody for defamation for accusing him of being involved in that.
Yeah, because
I don't think he could have.
Yeah, because Truth is a defense. Truth is a defense of defamation.
I know, but he don't want nobody, because if somebody sues, if I say Puffy did it, right, and he sued me for defamation, I'm going to go out and put all this evidence out that no, I had a right to say that. I don't want nobody doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, because I got a defamation lawsuit that I'm going to be trying in October, and Truth is a defense. So if somebody says that you are a crackhead, I have a right to go and prove that you are a crackhead.
Right. That's why he ain't going to challenge it. You know what I mean?
Say you do crack. She not lying on you. You a crackhead.
Right. Right. Yeah, he's not going to say nothing because he know it's true. You know what I'm saying? He know it's true, because all they got to do is bring all this stuff up. And then, whatever police officers or district attorneys and stuff he paying off. I see he like.
Once I saw that, I don't like him anymore.
Well, they all killing each other.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, I've never really been a I don't know. I've never really been a fan. I will say this though. Whether I like a person or not, my bottom line is this: you are not helping my bottom line at all. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are not paying any bills in my household. Y'all are not, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, you had some music. Good for you. You're not helping me with nary a bill. So it kind of is what it is. Yeah, but I do think it's a shame, though.
He needs to come to justice, though. There needs to be some justice for that, though.
Well, it needs to be justice for all of them, then, because Suge Knight had Biggie killed. You can't justify that either. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying it was right, but I understand why Suge Knight had him killed, because he killed Tupac.
Yeah, but it's still illegal. You know what I mean?
Right. I just think Puff Daddy needs to be indicted, and there needs to be a trial.
Right, you don't kill somebody because somebody else killed somebody. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to, right?
I'm not going to sit here and say if somebody kills my daughter that I'm not going to try to kill the person that did it. I'm not going to say I ain't, because I might.
Right.
Oh, no, listen. That's one thing I told Harold. I said, listen.
But that, I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah,
I told Harold, I said, listen, if we ever had a kid and someone like was beating on them or like something crazy happened, I was like, you just get my bail money together. You just off top, just go on ahead, because I'm a snap and I'm not going to care.
I might kill him. You never know.
I'm going to confess the whole thing too. Who dismembered them? It was me.
Right.
It was me.
Right.
What else you need to know? I did it on this date. Here's the
But
knife that I used. And, like,
Tupac was his like son. That was his moneymaker. But
right.
anyway, you know what I mean? That wasn't his child. But yeah, but
It might as well have been like at that point. That's his livelihood.
yeah, I think in the
I think
documentary
they have a connection, and Chuck Knight is a gangster, you know. So just like the
Yeah.
guy said that Chuck Knight looked him straight in the eye, he knew exactly who he was. And when they questioned Chuck Knight said, "I don't know him." And then even when they said something to Tupac before he died, he told the police officer, "Fuck you."
Mhm.
So they were gonna handle it themselves because you know
Mhm.
a lot of black people don't have faith in the system. They like, man, I'm not going through no trial with this dude. You know,
Okay,
I'm just gonna handle it.
I will say this to a certain extent. How am I trying to say this? Okay, to a certain extent, I very much understand not having faith in the system. There are a lot of things that I do not agree with that really should and could be handled better that get dismissed because a certain person has a certain amount of money and all this and all that. And it's almost like, you know, what's the point? Why am I going to go through all this if it doesn't even really matter at the, you know, at the end of it? But on the flip, I'm just like, is it worth my life or like lives of others just because I don't want to drop a name? No, that's not worth it to me. You know, I value my life, right? So it's like, yeah, no, I'm about to name drop. I'm about to do
Are
this,
you
that,
gonna
whatever.
snitch?
Hey,
Snitches get stitches. Snitches
listen,
get stitches.
all I know is I will not willingly ever put myself in a position where I could potentially snitch. Because I'm one of those, like, listen, you don't tell me what the plan is. You leave me in the dark. So if someone approaches me, I don't know. I don't know who was involved. I don't know where it was supposed to happen. I literally know nothing. Don't even put me in the position. Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Yeah, because you know they be killing witnesses.
Yeah,
they do. I'm like, not me, not over here. But they need to tell you something. No, you don't. You have nothing to say to me.
I know we had a case here years ago. This mother, her 10-year-old son, I think, had witnessed a murder. Ooh. And so whoever was involved, I guess they knew who it was. He didn't even live in the state. And I think like a day or two before the trial, they came and killed the boy, the 10-year-old boy, and the mother because they were witnesses.
Nope.
So sometimes you could just be at where you're supposed to be at the wrong time, and you just witness something. You know what I mean? And then they come back after you, and that's why. Oh, okay,
stay in my lane. I'm gonna try to stay in my lane.
We lost Marcia.
Oh, can you hear me?
You hear some gunshots?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, if you hear some gunshots, just look to the ground.
Don't play with me. Yeah, look, I'm gonna divert my eyes. I'm gonna backtrack, whatever it is. I saw nothing.
Me don't speak English. Me black Chinese.
I'll be like, ¿qué lo que es eso? ¿Qué lo que es eso? Huh?
You know they try them Chinese people and black people in the
China. Yes.
I did that time. I need those English.
Ni sure one upon you.
I say nothing.
Listen, don't play with me. I'm about to switch up my accent real quick. I'm gonna speak everything but English.
In that island, I don't speak no damn English. This is all the English I speak. They're like, I'm like, oh.
Have you seen that? Do you watch Family Guy?
Who?
Family Guy. Okay. Yeah. So there's an episode. It's like Peter, which is the guy, is in the back of this truck with this like Hispanic guy, whatever. And the Hispanic guy is like, he has like this paragraph of English memorized, and after that he's like, "This is all the English I know. That's it." And then Peter says something, and he goes, "Okay." Okay. Like, I told you what I know. I gave you everything I know.
I don't speak no English. Me just
None.
speak
You hear me?
English
No
whatsoever.
comprende. No comprende.
No comprende.
Eh? ¿Qué lo que es eso?
No English.
no, no habla inglés.
That's right. That's right. 'Cause snitches get stitches.
Right. I can,
And y'all know the guy that coined that phrase. You know, he ended up going to jail for a long time, and they ended up killing his son maybe about 5 or 6 years ago.
No way.
Why?
On stuff.
Because
A good child going to school and all that other stuff because of whatever he was caught up in. And they end up doing retaliation murder on him. Yeah, the guy that the guy that coined it. They end up killing his son. Maybe about 5 or 6 years ago.
That's crazy.
Because he was snitching?
No, not because he was snitching. In retaliation for whatever the guy that coined that phrase was in jail for. So. They killed his son.
All I know is I'm just gonna be keeping my nose clean because I can't handle nothing like that. You understand me? I can't do it.
Look, I remember when I went to when I was living in these apartments, right? I'll never forget it. I had a neighbor and she used to get high. And I lived next door to this guy that was from New York. And he was a drug dealer and all this other stuff. So he had a lot going on. He'd make up fake bus passes, all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
and he's real nice. Also sell drugs. He used to cut my kids' hair and all that stuff, right? So they lived next door to me. And in my apartment complex at the time, I think only me and my neighbor and maybe a couple other people in our complex, we were the only ones working. Everybody else was like on Section 8. So they was home all day. It was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. So one day, my neighbor, the girl, she came to my house. She's like, I need some advice. What do you think I should do? I'm like, well, what happened? She said, the police kicked my door in today. And they want me, apparently they have been watching the neighborhood. She said they was naming names and all kinds of stuff, right? I don't know how long they've been watching, but they wanted her to be an informant from them. And she said, and if I do it, they're going to pay my cell phone. I mean, not her cell phone. Her telephone.
You see the wave jeans? We did that at the same time. Look, I said, you see the wave jeans come out. Me and Mama did it at the same time. We had the same wavelength, same intervals, but shaking the head. We did it. Did you see that, Marcia?
I did.
They told her.
We were shaking our heads in synchronicity.
We were like,
They told her that they would get her telephone cut on because at the time her phone was off, and they would give her, I think, either a monthly amount or pay her utility bills. But anyway, they were saying, look, we'll do this, but the telephone, that's the key thing right there, because she didn't have her phone. Her phone was off. And so she's like, they told me they'd get my phone turned back on and all this other stuff. And they told me that if I didn't do it, one of the police officers planted a bag of weed and said, look what we found, right? And told her, they kind of hung it over her head, right? So I told her, I'm like, look, if I was you, I would not do that. I said, because you don't want to end up dead or, they ain't playing in these streets. I wouldn't be snitching, right? Next thing I know, a couple days later, she on the phone.
She said, listen. She took it.
I ain't even say nothing. But I know.
And you know what?
This was years ago. I had a case. I mean, I don't do criminal law, but sometimes I do if some client's son or something gets in trouble. So I had a case with a guy who was, this is maybe 10 years ago, he was selling DVDs. Y'all remember back in maybe 10, 15 years, people would sell
bootleg
DVDs.
Yeah,
and he was selling them.
They still do.
So there's a statute that says that if you sell a bootleg DVD, for every one that you sell, that is a felony. I think it's up to 3 years for every one that you sell. So if you got a book of DVDs with 15 of them, you're arguably looking at 45 years. Okay.
Wow.
So, but the law requires that the people from the studio who own the movie have to testify that you did not give that person permission to sell a DVD. Okay. So my client lived in the projects. And the police knew he was selling DVDs, and they knew that he knew people who was selling drugs. So they went to his house or to his car. He was sitting in his car, and they busted him for the DVDs and said, "Listen, if you don't become a snitch, you're looking at." He was looking at like 50 years. You know, he had a lot of DVDs. So he gets me. His mom gets me to be his lawyer, and I tell the police, "Kiss my tail. We're not snitching." So the police officer, comes to me and says, "You're stopping justice, and I'm an Army veteran, and we know, we're trying to clean the streets up." And I said, "I'm an Army veteran, and you're not going to use my client to clean the streets up." And let me tell you something. They went forward with their prosecution of my client for these bootleg DVDs, but I knew they couldn't prove it because they would have to get the people from California to testify that they did not give him permission. So we went on and had the preliminary hearing. I told my client not to testify. I was asking the police officers questions. How do you know he didn't have permission? How do you know that Paramount didn't give him permission? You don't know. You don't have any evidence of that. So we went through the prosecution, and they had to wind up dropping the charges. But if he didn't know any better, he would have done it. He would have did, and he probably would have got killed. They probably would have killed his mama. Probably Not only do they want you to, because I've had a few cases where I've represented CIs. Not only do they want you to snitch, but they want you to set up deals. They not only want you to figure out. It's not like what the movies are. They actually want you to set up a transaction.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's like Tiger King.
They're present.
Oh, you saw it?
I did. I watched all of it.
So, and this is something that I've seen with my own, personally been experienced with my work. And I've never had a CI case where they did not want them to create a transaction. And then it is not just tell me what you know. You got to do a certain amount of work to get for the charge that you're trying to put on you. You got to do a certain amount of work so that they don't go forward with the charge. And then a lot of times they may not go forward with the charge. You'll get a lesser charge. So if you were looking at a Class A felony, now you're just going to get a misdemeanor, but they still going to go forward with it. And then they will not tell you how far they're going to take it until they get their bus. So that one case that I had, I told them to go to hell because I knew they couldn't prove it. And I had to go through all of that. And then but I had to go through, you know what I'm saying? Because they would bully him. And I was like, kiss my tail. I see you in court. Because you're not Paramount, and Universal is not going to come down here and testify for y'all.
Right. Not for one person. It's not worth it. But like so often, and okay, so like if I was involved in something, right, and someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, in order for you not to face 50 years of blah blah blah," because I don't really have any legal background, I'm probably going to go along with that as well because I don't know what all they can do, and if I know that I'm wrong anyway, yeah, okay, y'all caught me and let me lessen my potential time. Because they don't know any better. And I feel like typically, law enforcement and whatnot, number one, like they have the scare tactics, but number two, they're typically going to go over after people who are less educated, who are not going to go to a lawyer, try to seek legal advice or whatever. They're usually out on their own and they have no clue how to navigate the system.
Or they facing a whole lot of time, or definitely,
because like honestly, so like I didn't know that for like bootleggers, you would actually have to hear from like the movie company or whatever. But for me, I'm like I don't know if y'all have like a direct line with somebody who's like, yeah, they're wrong, and we're going to send someone down because these are huge companies. They can pretty much do whatever they want.
Man, they ain't got time to be worried about little people. They worried about the big people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. True enough, but I mean, they don't know that.
I told them, I said, good luck. They not gonna spend no money come down here testifying down here. Good luck. That's not happening. Now,
I can only imagine
$2 million and stuff like that. Then I can see them doing it because, you know, when I was in law school, I worked for, I was working, and I worked at a firm that they were going after bootleg purses and stuff. But it was a goal to do it a lot to get people to stop. You know what I mean? It's a plan. You know what I mean? Let's make, like with Napster and all that, it was a plan to do it to try to get them to stop. But that's in a room. They're not trying to figure it out unless they got a plan saying we're gonna go after these people so nobody will do it. They don't care because there's always an amount of bootlegging that you're gonna get with any product. And you gotta think, okay, I'm gonna let them get away with it, or do I spend all this money trying to stop it? So you just let them get away, you know, you just let them get away with it. And they was trying to bully my client. He's a black guy, black young boy, you know, I think he was like 20, 21 years old.
Oh yeah, and he really didn't know that any better.
That's why I said kiss my tail. We taking this to trial because
he was probably scared, Lorraine. I could only imagine what his face looked like when you're like, "Don't worry about it." He like, "What you mean? What you mean? Don't worry about it. Kiss your tail." What?
All the way. I told him we're taking this all the way. He's not cooperating. We're taking it all the way. So
I remember when my neighbor's 19-year-old son got killed because he was going to be a witness in a case. He witnessed a boy shoot another boy in the leg. The boy didn't even die. And they ended up killing him the night before the trial.
Well, they didn't need him to testify. The guy who got shot in the leg could have just said it.
That's what I'm saying. It was so senseless. Yeah, he was 19.
Crazy.
I don't know why the prosecutor would have let him testify. It's not. If I was a prosecutor, I would not need that boy. The victim would say it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not worth that boy losing his life.
That's what happened.
Alive. Even if I got a not guilty, I'd be like, okay, I just got a not guilty. He's still alive. I don't even know why.
And it was so sad because everybody know it was the boy across the street that did it. And so after he died, they had was putting up his posters, you know, give us information about who killed them and all that other stuff. And they was ripping down the posters. It was terrible.
Wow.
Man, it was terrible. All because he witnessed somebody get shot and they end up getting shot in the leg and didn't even die.
Did the guy get convicted anyway?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know when I don't think so because I seen him after that. You know what I mean? I seen him after that. I don't know what happened. No, and it was so bad because I remember the police knocked on my door because the guy that got killed, he would always get locked up for little stupid stuff, drunkenness and all this other stuff. And I felt so bad because the police knocked on my door and they said, was two detectives that knocked on my door. And they was like, look, do you know, gave his name, right? And I'm like, I'm not saying I know nobody because I don't know what was going on. And I was like, no, I don't know who that is. And they kept saying,
no English, me black Chinese.
Right. So I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. And they kept saying, are you sure that you don't know who this is? They kept saying, are you sure that you don't know who this is? So I'm thinking, I'm not telling them I know who it is because I don't know what he did, right? So I told him no. So I called my called my next door neighbor because she used to babysit for me and all kinds of stuff, right? And I called her and I said, look, the police just came to my house and they asked me, did I know, your son? I told them, no, I don't know what's going on. And about 6 hours later, she called me. They had finally got in touch with the police and told her that he had got murdered. I felt so bad because she could have knew right away, but because I was like, no, I'm not telling these people I know these people. You know what I mean? I don't know what he did. You know what I'm saying? I felt real guilty about that for a long time. Because I could have known. I think they wanted me to say I knew him so I could say something. I don't know. Because they kept saying, are you sure you don't know him? And I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. And she was 6 hours later, she called and told me what happened. That was like, oh my gosh. I mean, even though I called her right away, but she probably thought he got in trouble for something petty or whatever. You know,
right.
And they were trying to identify. He was probably sitting somewhere dead and they was trying to identify him.
Yeah, that's what I think they were doing because they kept they asked me like 2 or 3 times, "Are you sure you don't know him?" They knew the boy lived right next door to me. They probably had went to her house and they didn't answer. You know what I mean? And they probably came to my house, knowing that I knew who that was, because they live right next door. But I was like, I don't know what they was asking for because I know he would get locked up on little petty stuff all the time, So
Right.
I was confirm he lived next door, So I was like, no, I don't know who that is.
Ooh,
and he got and they found his body, and he got killed over something real stupid. Real stupid.
That's wild.
Real stupid.
It's depressing now, ain't it?
It is.
Yeah. So Marcia, you watched the Tiger King?
I did. Y'all. Okay. I also watched Love Is Blind. I finished that as well.
What is that?
Love Is Blind.
What is that?
Okay, so it's basically The Bachelor, but follow me here.
I don't like stuff like that.
Well, okay. Oh, yeah. So it's a experiment that Nick and whoever his Vanessa Lachey.
Oh, Nick Lachey
are doing.
One of you married to Jessica Simpson.
Yep. So basically, you have, let's say, like 10 guys, 10 girls, right? And they are separated. The guys stay in one spot, girls stay in the other, but they have these quote unquote pods that they get in. There's a wall, but there's a wall between each pod, so you can never see the person. You can only talk to the person, right? And you basically, it's like speed dating without the speed. You talk to everyone, and then you just kind of like narrow down your choices. The end goal being marriage, and the experiment is, to
somebody you can't see.
Yeah, to someone you can't see. Okay. At least at first, right? So you're basically like all you're doing like day in, day out, you're talking to these people, you're building, these emotional connections, blah, blah, blah. And for a decent amount of people, they literally get engaged in these pods. And once you get engaged
in a pod, they get engaged in the pod.
Yeah. Like the dude is asking. Yeah, the dude is asking, hey. Will you marry me? No, you don't see the people at all.
And you ask the person you never seen to marry you.
Based on all the conversations, all this, emotional connection that you've experienced, blah, 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 right? So, I mean, of course, marriage? Yeah. Now, after you get engaged, you're able to see the person. And then, they go on this, I think like 4 to 5 day trip or whatever, somewhere to I guess further like deepen the relationship or like figure out, okay, is this something I want to pursue or not, whatever. And then at the very end, they legit have marriages. But when they're getting married, that's when each person either says I do, or one person can say I do, the other person says, you know what, I don't, and call it a day. So since y'all are probably not going to watch this, there are legit 2 married couples out of this.
Really? How long they been married?
When they did because they did a reunion show, and the reunion show they had that was 18 months. So they've been married over a year.
That's great.
It's interesting.
You believe they really married?
I think they are.
Yeah, I can't get with them shows.
I don't like, my friend got me into. I watched with her 90 Day Fiance, and I can't do it.
Oh, I can't. That one I cannot do.
This is stupid. They're making a mockery off of courtship and marriage. You know what I'm saying?
So I will say this is not my typical show, right? Like at all. Nor is Tiger King. But you know, all this stuff, I was like, I feel like I need to just go ahead and bite the bullet.
Yeah, Tiger King was something else.
but but like okay, so but in general, I will say I actually did enjoy the show. There were some things that happened. I was like, I know she did not just do that, or like OMG, you know, stuff like that. So it
What
was
about the wedding with 3 boys, 3 men?
Lord, listen, and when it was like, and neither one of them was gay, I said, really, really. I said, y'all, y'all forgot a what do they call it? A scruple? What do they call it?
The wedding. I said, for real?
Man, they was meth heads. They was, oh my
Yeah,
God.
one of them killed himself, right?
Yeah. And he didn't mean to, which I was like, oh, that's even worse. Because he thought it was a blank. And I was like, dang, that's horrible.
He killed himself right in front of that boy.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
Now, you couldn't write that. You could not think
ain't no
sit at your
way.
table and think of that script and write that.
Ain't no
Well,
way. I was like, who in the world?
Too.
Huh?
They doing a part 2.
Yeah, I heard Netflix is doing a sequel.
What?
Yeah.
To what? Follow your boy in jail?
I don't know. You know, Trump said he was looking at the pardon thing. Not saying he's going to do it, but he said he's going to look into it.
Probably following up on Carol Baskin, that bitch.
Yo,
they're trying to open up that investigation again.
He's trying to get to his base. That's all. He probably going to try to people like him. And if it's his base who like him, he probably will because he wants to get elected. So re-elected.
Yo,
so
have you
on Carol Baskin?
Well, people today. I think I was at the grocery store. They had her on the front of some magazine. I thought, for Carol. She better not have told one person what she did.
Not a one. You hear me?
To be damn. That if you murder your husband and feed it to the tigers, you can't tell nobody.
Legit, that is gonna be between you and whoever.
You tell, no, not even your priest, because he gonna tell it. He ain't no priest no more. I'm about to tell him. You can't tell nobody. You gonna have to kill the tiger. Kill the tiger and burn the ground, and he ate them all. Just gonna have to. You can't tell nobody you did that one. Nobody.
How long ago did she feed him to the tiger? About 10 years ago?
96, 97, something like that. 96 or 90, I would move. If it was that, they got all these scientific stuff now.
Oh,
we found a bone fragment in the ground.
Bye. You ain't gonna catch me.
They done cleaned up behind themselves. But this technology ain't no joke.
Honey, they will find a bone fragment and do a what's that RNA? They'll do not DNA, they'll do RNA. They be like, this has his RNA. I'm sorry. We checked it with a sister who lives in Kansas, and that's the same damn person. They be like, no, it was in this tiger thing.
They be like, we can check the blood in the soil now.
Right. No, for real. There are traces of such and such, which is very specific to his special genome. And...
yeah, there was a body in this tiger thing. Yes. And you know, tigers could live a long time. That tiger still could be living.
If she hadn't put him down.
Yeah, I had to put that
tiger down. Under one's in class.
I would have killed him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like,
won't even let you poop.
Him out. You
sure won't. You can't poop or nothing. You hear me? You done, son. You're done. Have y'all heard that remix to Savage? It was like Carol Baskins.
No.
Killed her husband, asked him. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to find it. It is so funny.
They did the Carol Baskin thing. Okay.
It is so funny. You know, please do. It is so funny. It's this country dude, Carol Baskins. Killed her husband, asked him. Yeah. It is so funny. Like, fed him to it's like something, like however they did it. It's freaking hilarious. It's funny.
That is cute. Say, Carol Baskin killed her husband. It's coming out now.
Like that don't make nobody sense unless because they were saying in the documentary where he was like, if I can pull this off, it'll be amazing. And I wonder if this is what he was trying to do. He said, look, I'm going to get away from this crazy woman, and I'm going to make my own little thing up in Costa Rica.
But Costa Rica, not even you can get to Costa Rica within 10 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yes you can. It's a fast trip.
Costa Rica to disappear.
Hey, Marcel, is that a TikTok?
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think this is it. Let me see. I'm gonna put it on. Let me see if this is it. Let me see. Wait a minute.
It's so funny. So funny.
Can you put it on the screen?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the screen. I think this might be it. Hopefully it won't be no lag. Seems like my Wi-Fi trying to pick up.
Wi-Fi, get it together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. And she can't sue nobody for that.
She sure can.
Free speech.
All right, let's see.
I got it. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he dressed up as the Tiger King.
Are you over 25 with a clean driving record? No DUIs. You can drop your auto insurance rate to.
Wait a minute.
I got it. Want me to show it?
Yeah, it's my internet running slow.
Okay. He is dressed up as the Tiger King, girl.
Venom to Tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin. Killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Venom to Tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin.
Wait a minute. Did you hear how he got the tiger in the beginning? Wait a minute.
Venom to Tigers, they snacking. What's happening?
What's happening? Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. Killed her husband, whacked him.
It's just so funny. He's like, boy, you better dance, sir. You better dance.
Carol Baskin.
Hey.
I like the tiger roll.
Yo.
How many days you got on that?
Oh my God, that is funny. 432,000. No, 61 million.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I
So funny. So funny. Yo, I saw that. I just about hollered. And he got the dance down pat to us. Okay, come on, sir. You better dance. Speaking of, I'm gonna send y'all a do you know about Tony Baker?
Look at the tigers, they snacking.
I'm gonna send you a video from Tony Baker. He's a comedian, but he does like on Instagram, he does a lot of voiceovers for pet video voiceovers, and he is hilarious. But there's this white dude. He's next to a horse, and he's doing the choreography from Homecoming, Beyonce's Homecoming. Killed it. I said, sir, you better dance up in this place. You hear me? It was too funny, but I'm gonna send that to y'all too because it was good.
On TikTok, taking the song and doing dance. Here's a guy.
Venom to Tigers, they.
Amen.
What's happening? Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin.
Hey.
Didn't happen.
Work.
Venom to tigers,
Okay.
they snacking.
Hey.
I just love how he got the tigers roaring in the beginning.
Carol Baskin done got some fame she been looking for.
Listen.
She can't go nowhere.
She said that they
Nope.
tricked her. You know, she said they tricked her.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw an interview with the producers, and their intentions was they were talking about the big cats and safety and all that other stuff. So their intentions was to do a whole different show, but then when they met all these crazy ass people, it
took a 180.
It turned into what it is now. But that
took a 180.
So what's it gonna be about the tigers?
Yeah, they said that was their intention. Their intentions was to focus on big cats, illegal zoos, and all that other stuff. That was the focus. But then when they met all these characters, they were like,
they said, we have hit gold, y'all. We have struck gold. Ain't no way we can pass this up.
They have been filming them since like 2009, 10 or 11. That's like years worth of filming.
Wow. And they came out with the tiger thing.
Did it. Yeah, they've been following them because they were so crazy. You know what I mean?
That's like unlike any documentary I have ever seen.
Ever. You hear me?
Yeah.
I was wondering because Harold watched it like a couple weeks before I did, and I would just hear him be like, "What?" And I'm just like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Babe, like there is nothing that anyone could have imagined to make this type of stuff up." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yo, someone's arms have bitten off." Right. He was like, "Episode 2, someone's arm is off. Like taken off by the tiger." I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "We got people like lighting cigarettes in front of open propane tanks." And, I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, and I think after episode 3 is when they ended episode 2 and they told about she fed her husband to the tigers. I was like, how did we go from talking about this man's zoo to she fed her husband to the tigers? And ever since then, it just
was going on the show, apparently telling everybody she did it. So
she did what?
He was going on his show telling everybody that she fed her husband to the tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made a video, didn't he?
Listen, him and those doggone music videos. I said, "Sir, you need not. You need not."
No, that's not him singing. They found out he was lip syncing.
Which is even funnier.
Singing it, and so everybody been thinking it was him all these years. They come to find out he was just lip singing.
What about him at that funeral? Was it his husband's funeral?
Yes.
Oh my God, y'all cannot be serious.
Listen, I felt bad for his mama. I felt bad for that man's mama for real, because she's over here. He over here talking about, he just put your balls in. He just put his balls in your face. He just loved them balls. I was like, really? Are we doing this at the funeral? Okay.
I could not believe
them little nuggets were his pride and joy. I said, "Oh my Lord, oh my Lord."
This is not a real funeral. I was like, this all has to be made up. This could not be these people purposely acting like this.
And you know what I was tripping about though, because like they were mentioning some places. I was like, doggone it, I've driven past that. Like I know exactly, because I lived in Oklahoma for almost 3 years. I was like, I know what that stuff is.
What about when he told them he was in where did he say Costa Rica, and that man said them Florida waters. He wasn't gonna go to Florida waters.
And another thing they said about his zoo, they said his zoo was actually real huge.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of corporate backing on his zoo. Them alligators that he had purchased the baby alligator. He got the baby alligators from Michael Jackson. He had.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he had, but I guess when they really took a turn and started focusing on the people, they didn't show the magnitude of what he had. But apparently that zoo was like really big and was a lot of money pouring in. So I was like, well, why was he getting food off the Walmart truck?
Because it was free. Sure.
Yeah, it was free, and I think they was feeding it to the tigers or something.
They was feeding it to tigers, and then when he opened up his little pizza shop, they think he was using that Walmart meat for the pizza.
Yep, old meat. And they said that they would let the workers like take first dibs because they weren't really getting paid nothing. And they were like, when do you have time to go grocery shopping or whatever, right? So they would take the meat off the top. They would feed the rest of the tigers.
Yeah, that was crazy. They was going for the Walmart run. Like, oh my God. Yeah, then he went to the pizza shop and they said he was using the meat from the Walmart shop. Because he said he made the best pizza in the world.
And he ran for governor. I was like, for real.
Listen.
Gift shop.
He ran for governor.
Crazy. I be watching some of his old videos. He got videos on it. I be like, oh my God. Because he was trying to run for president first, and then I think that ain't work out. So then he tried.
He did. I was like, this ain't what you want, sir. This is not what you want.
I think he
could you imagine?
Oh
yeah, you know he does. And this is, and like people keep on saying, this is probably killing him that he's getting all this attention right now. And he and Joseph
enjoy it.
It's eating him up.
Not enjoy it. Yeah, he's probably getting a little attention in the prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
a little bit, just a little bit, but not
to the scale that he wanted.
He probably would be able to get a little talk show and everything if he was out.
You know it. He gonna revamp that little thing he had going in the first place.
The way his personality is, people will watch him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People will watch him.
Yeah, he'll be on some Dirty South cable TV show at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Show.
Right. Or he'll probably get the serious radio show, something like that, Tiger King at night. Something.
With the disclaimer, please note, none of the views expressed in this program reflect the views of this station.
He has a unique sounding voice too.
He does.
So he got all that working for him. You know, he gonna make money when he get out. But
if he gets out, shoot, he's what, 50-something years old. He got 22-something years. So people talking about he's gonna die in there.
Yeah, they need to let him out.
Yeah, I don't think he was gonna go through with killing that girl. He's too.
Yeah. Okay. But this is another reason why I'm just like I don't like how law enforcement or the government or whatever you want to call it goes about getting stuff. Because like take him for like perfect example. They used what did they use? I forgot exactly what they used, but it led them to they used the potential hit on Carol Baskins to then go and get on his property and find the carcasses of the old tigers and this and the other. I'm just like, listen, if you don't like legit have a case, then you need to actually legit have a case instead of having to snoop around later on. I don't know. I just don't like how that went down.
Yeah, they found a reason to go on there, but apparently there's an active investigation going on. They said with a number of those people in this show, there's more serious what he in jail for. So there's gonna be more stuff coming out.
Here's who I wanted to know more about, and we call him Scarface in the Coons household, but dude from Cuba. When he was talking about if someone came up to me and said, we're taking you in for the murder of, I think it was like an officer who was dismembered or something. He was like, well, I mean, I didn't do it, but I watched it being done. I was like, what?
Talking about that guy's friend that he hired to be the caretaker on the ground. And you could tell he was into a whole bunch of shady stuff.
I was like, bro, what are you doing?
That was Jeff's person.
No. Not him. It was a Cuban guy. Okay. They only interviewed him once, maybe twice. It was like, it's him, his wife, and somebody. And he was talking about, I mean, I didn't actually dismember him, but I was there when it happened. What you talking about? What? Yeah. It was it was probably in like the third, maybe fourth episode.
He had his hair in a ponytail.
I think he had longer hair, but it wasn't it wasn't enough to like pull it back. But they're
Oh,
from
okay.
Cuba. Yeah, they're from
Oh,
Cuba. Him, his wife,
I might have slept on
and I
that part. I
think
might have slept on that part.
yeah, he said that. I said, "Oh, sir." I said,
Yeah,
"Mm-mm."
they
He
all
said, he said, "I might as well go to
I
jail."
bet
I
you
was
all of
there.
them got stories like that.
Oh
Somebody
Lord.
on crack, on meth, somebody done seen something, did something, stole something, tried to steal something, set something on fire. I mean, whenever you got a case where you don't know who the hell set that thing on fire, because there's so many people who could have done it, then you go, what kind of people are you hanging with?
The
Then
wrong
the police are
one.
like, it's too many people that could done it. We don't know who the
The
hell.
wrong ones.
You know, you
Well,
hang around the wrong ones.
well, they said he would hire people that nobody could, that nobody was hireable. He would get
Yeah,
those type.
yeah, and honestly, okay, this is gonna sound horrible as well. It's a good strategy, because at this point in time, you need me. Like you fresh out of jail, you have nowhere to go. No people have picked you up or whatever. You need a job. Ain't nobody gonna hire you. You have
But they
felonies.
easy snitches though. Those kind of people are easy snitches. So as soon as you don't do something they want, if something go wrong, they will go and turn you in. They be like, "Well, you didn't pay me. I'm about to call police on you."
Oh, that's what's up. Okay,
Those kind of people will snitch, set you
I got
up.
you.
You know what I'm saying? Get the police to do stuff to you because you did something they didn't like.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, man, he was hanging with the wrong, but he was crazy himself though. I'm like,
Yeah.
where's his mama at?
I know they didn't talk about his parents or nothing.
Do you have family?
You talking about
And so where are they?
you talking about
Joe
what's his
Exotic.
name? Joe, yeah.
What's his real name?
Oh, he got a last name that's hard to pronounce. That's why
yeah,
he
it
tells
starts like an M or something. Yeah.
Is he foreign or something? They from another country?
No. I don't think so.
A whole bunch of consonants and a few vowels.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh.
It starts with an M or something. No, but I mean, they interviewed his parents. I think one of his parents, either one or both of them, have since passed. But I think from what his mom was saying, or actually I should say when they interviewed both his parents, they were just talking about how Carol needed to leave him alone and this, that, and the other because she's taking everything.
He was relying on his mama too much.
Oh yeah, he basically sucked her dry. He sucked her dry.
Yeah, because he took the money from her or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he would keep on asking for money. It's like, hey, this is going under.
Getting sued. She got, because of him, she got sued because they thought he was fraudulently conveying stuff to her, so they had to add her to get their money.
Mm.
Yeah, they sure did interview her in the thing. She was in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her, but I was like, what in the world? It's just a crazy world, and I think this just also helped me to further realize, of how much I don't know and I don't understand about this world. Because people are crazy. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I feel like I got a pretty good handle on things. I don't. I know nothing about this. I am green behind the ears. I am yet a babe, and I want to stay that way. I want to be as oblivious as I possibly can, because my gosh.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how people are, especially when you ain't never seen it or you're not used to it or whatever. You'd be surprised. But yeah, right? I think the whole world was shocked by them though.
Yeah, I agree.
That was Jerry Springer.
Did you ever watch it?
Steroids. The whole world, Jerry Springer's like, damn, I need them on my show. For real.
Did you ever watch John Wick? The movie?
Yeah, the movie.
Mm-hmm. The movies. So it kind of reminds me of John Wick in the sense of the underground. You know what I mean? And there's like the fact that they had like those gold coins. They had like the specific hotels you could go to for amnesty and this, that, and the other. It's like this whole underground world, and where like this dude on the subway is talking to himself. Someone like me is like, oh, he needs some help, or whatever. But he's really like an assassin who knows what he's doing, and he's been placed there on purpose. And it's like, what? Who thinks of this? And I can only we know it has to be going on at some level. It has to be. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I just let me live out my dreams, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know of it.
Yeah, I want no parts. I didn't see nothing. I didn't smell nothing. Shoot, I wasn't there. What you talking about? You saw a doppelganger. That ain't made you.
Right, that wasn't me. Somebody looked like me, but it wasn't me.
Right, sure wasn't.
Not me.
Keep that to yourself.
Well, I'm about to do my exercises. Oh, I told Marcia. So I start my own. I exercise, right? So, but I started my own. I'm not gonna do this tonight, but I started my own exercise routine. I don't know what I can call it, but it's doing 100 reps of a lot of stuff. So I did an exercise routine for like an hour, maybe 10 minutes, and I did 500 reps. So I did 100 squats, 100 jumping jacks, 100 arm lifts, and 100 exercises with 10-pound weights.
Oh, okay. Good.
And I mean, that's not all I did, but I incorporated. And at the end of the exercise, on top of the other exercises, you wind up doing 500 reps of something, of a few different exercises. I was like, I think if I could like get a real routine, I'll probably go somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the cost is.
What you should do is take a lot of pictures and stuff. So you take the pictures of do your thing, and then do like every month or every 2-3 weeks, so people can see your routine and how it worked out.
Can you call it the centennial?
The centennial.
Isn't centennial 100 years? Yeah.
Centennial exercise.
Yeah, because you're doing hundreds.
Yeah. What you think, Kathy?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, call it the centennial.
Take a whole lot of pictures, or film like the diaries along the way, and then once you're ready to drop it, you go ahead and drop it, and people will eat that up.
Yeah, because when I did the routine, I spaced it out, so it's not like you did 100 jumping jacks at one time.
Right.
You do 10 and you do something else, and then you do something else, and by the time you're done, you have done 500 of something, like 100 squats, 100 jumping jacks. You just did a lot within that hour and didn't even realize it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Lorraine, let me be one of your test subjects.
Okay.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, but let me be one of the eggs. One of the baskets.
So when I do the exercise, we could do a Zoom, and you just follow me.
Okay, sure.
So I don't do a lot of up and down, because I have sciatica. I don't do a lot of up and down. So when you do get on the floor, you stay on the floor. You're not going to be getting up on the floor, getting up, getting down, getting up, running, going down on the floor, getting up. I do exercises upright. And then when it's time to go on the floor, we stay on the floor. We do not get up.
My downstairs neighbors will thank you.
And because I can't do it. I got sciatica. I can't do it. So, and I do planks. I do planks. But you can modify your plank. You don't have to do a plank. You could do like a plank.
Yeah, no, you are going to have to treat it like I am new to this. Okay.
Right. But I love planks. I love planks.
I tried to do one. I was looking at a book, and it it showed you like the correct form to do a plank and everything. So I'm trying. I'm getting there.
Yeah, no, if you can start out with doing 5 seconds, you good. And then I just do 30-second planks at a time, but I'll do 3 to 4 planks at 30 seconds.
I got you.
So those 4-minute planks, that's not good. Doing those long, that's not good for your body. But they say you can do up to like a minute at the most at one time, but it's not good to hold it for so long.
Gotcha.
So I can do 30. I'll do 30 seconds. And in this workout, you only do 30 second breaks. So that's a minute and 30 seconds.
Okay.
So when I do it, I'll Zoom you, and then we could, because I have music and all that, and then we could do it.
All right.
And it's easy. It's not going to be strenuous on you. It's modified ways to do stuff. It's not going to be bad at all.
All right,
and then you don't have to do weights. I do weights, but you don't have to do weights.
You are doing it tonight?
No, I'm just doing a 25-minute workout tonight.
Well, I'll see you know I'll be playing. So y'all start tonight.
No,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
that kind of workout I have to do in the morning. I'm gonna do a 25-minute workout just to be doing something, but that particular workout should be done in the morning.
She need to be on the schedule, so she don't want to sign on that daggone computer.
Yeah, we could do it. We can do it when in the morning time.
What time you get up? What time you start work, Marcia?
It depends on the day, but usually between like 7:30.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just text you. I like to do them on Saturdays. That way I don't have to worry about. I
Bless.
mean, I exercise through the week, but that particular exercise should just be done. Huh?
So you don't do them every day?
Not that I do exercise just about every day, but I don't do that exercise.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like today, I'm going to do a 25-minute exercise, but it won't involve doing hundreds of reps or anything. It's just going to be cardio.
I'm going to tell y'all, there's a lot of nice cardio videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They got dance ones. They got they all kinds of cardio ones that 30 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes.
Oh, nice. You know what? I bought a DVD, and it has been years ago, and I have used it, but it's like the 12-minute mile, and there's like 5 miles total.
Oh, the walk
or whatever. But it's, it's like like you're speed walking. It's like you have a certain tempo, and then you go side to side and everything. It's actually pretty neat.
Y'all need to check out this girl named Kiara Lachey. She do some fun ones. Kiara Lachey, they call her Superwoman. She got some real nice ones on her video, and then she has some videos where she has a plan. So she'll tell you, do this video this day, do this video that day, do this video this day.
Oh,
she's
wow.
real good, but they have a whole lot. They got a whole lot on YouTube. A whole lot.
My thing, as long as you moving, you good. You don't have to become Jane Fonda or some kind of workout guru. As long as you moving and you consistent, you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Just move. That's it. Even if it's just doing this 500 times.
That's real.
By probably number 8, you're gonna get tired. If you keep, you know what I'm saying? Or you just gotta do something. And I also use a ball. I use a ball too, but you don't have to use the ball. It's this big, it's the Pilates ball, but I use it for the thighs. So I just throw it up with my thighs and catch it. And you do about 30 of those, you'll feel it.
Yeah. And then Marcia, they got a lot of free ones on the Prime too.
Oh, bet. Okay.
They got a lot of free ones on the Prime.
No, I'm trying. Okay, so here's a question with Prime then. So, can you be logged in and I logged in at the same time?
I don't hardly log in there, so I don't know. I don't watch it that much. Yeah, so but I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I don't really be on it that much. So you could just log in. If I'm just gonna have to get out. Lorraine, remember that time we was watching the R. Kelly? Which one of my accounts was we using? It was Sling.
Sling. It was Sling.
I gave Lorraine the password to the Sling, right? And you remember when the
it kept on. I could see 10 minutes and then it kicked me off. I
was like, shit, I want to see it.
I had to wind up making my own subscription. I said, damn it, I cannot get to watch this today. And she watched it.
And then they ended up playing it over again. Back to back. I was like, oh no,
that's funny.
I have a battle over this one.
And I didn't watch the next one. Did you know? Didn't they do another one?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't watch that.
That just came out on Netflix too.
I didn't watch that, but I do want to see the Clark Sister movie.
It's good.
I saw that.
Good. It's good. They did a good job.
Yeah, I saw that.
You said what came out on Netflix recently?
The R. Kelly Part 2 is called The Revenge.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, we don't see the light of day.
Yeah, we already know what happened. I mean, he was in the news almost every day. Coronavirus and all that other stuff saved him.
Oh, they're not gonna let him out. He's in there. He's done.
Yeah.
He can forget it. He's done.
Yeah. I don't think he's getting out.
Ever. He's never getting out ever in life.
And the thing is, in his mind, I don't think he did anything wrong.
He think he a kid. He like Michael Jackson. He think he kid.
Like, what these me?
You are
Well,
look,
I'm
he
too bad.
just
I'm 50-something years old. I'm 25. I'm 20 years
oblivious. He
old
is
in my
oblivious.
mind. And all those enablers around him.
Mhm.
Y'all,
They stuff up.
that's a
As long
mess.
as people just want that clout. Anything
Mhm.
for clout. What's that Cardi B say?
Yep, do anything for clout. Hey,
Do anything for clout. Y'all do
Hey.
anything for clout. Even let the man break little girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was so uneducated, they was probably robbing him blind.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
Lord.
have a friend that knows him and told me he was illiterate, but my friend told me that years ago. He was like, Robert can't read.
Dang.
Mhm. Yeah, Wendy Williams broke that out on her show.
He said Robert is illiterate. He cannot read.
Yeah, he can't. Wendy Williams said it on her show. Nobody even knew that. Well, you know, unless you knew people like you did, but people didn't know he couldn't read. Wendy Williams said it on her show. Like Wendy Williams.
That's crazy.
That
That's
lady.
a doggone mess. Listen.
Yeah, he's
So I'm gonna let y'all go, but I think Anna watched this because she was asking about the show because we didn't go on last week, and so she asked me today, "Are y'all going on today?"
Oh,
So maybe she watches it when it's over. I don't know, but
because we ain't have nobody come in today.
she watches it. So I texted her said we're on, so she'll probably watch it later on.
Oh, okay.
No, you know what?
So
I
say
was.
hi, Anna.
Hey, Anna.
Hi, Anna. Hey, love bug. Mwah. My little muffin. I love that girl. Oh my goodness. That's my heart. That is my heart.
Yeah, so she'll have something to watch because now she's only working 3 days a week.
Oh, they got it
Oh,
just doing 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's right, because she got to do the school food program. I think she told me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long they want lockdown?
I don't know.
They did
So-
ours until our schools down till May the 15th, and then they said they'll take it from there. I'm like, May 15th. What? Kids don't even need to go back to school at that point.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's no point.
Missouri, I mean, like weeks ago, said, yeah, we're not going to go back to school like this year. And then even with the whole like lockdown, quarantine or whatever, the state of Missouri, you know, the governor's come out and said, okay, we're going to do like another week of quarantine till May 3rd. But the Kansas City mayor said, no, bro, we going to be staying in the house to the 15th of May. So we are going to be in here for another month.
I'm gonna let everybody go out on May 15th.
Sure will. I'm gonna see y'all in June. Don't play with me. I'm gonna see y'all in June.
I'm not clients to probably June or July. I'm gonna be quarantined because I want to see how it does because it's gonna take about 2 weeks for the people to start getting it and having effects. And so if we see a surge, then we going back in the house. They gonna say y'all gotta go back in the house.
We staying.
China getting new cases. Europe getting new cases, you know, it's like, you know, I mean, how you going to not, you don't have a treatment out for it.
Right.
And everybody staying in the house at the same time.
Right. So I'm going to say this as well with all these protesters and everything. And I'm just like, y'all, okay, like, I understand, you know, hey, people need to work and this, that, and the other, but work is not worth your whole life. Like legit. Like I know too many people who have like legit lost either fathers or aunties or, you know, godmothers or whatever to COVID. And it's like, if you need to wait another 2 weeks, and just wait another 2 weeks. Plus, I feel like if you out here protesting, you doing this, doing that I have every right to deny any type of services to you medically wise, because you have now taken on that whole risk despite everything that we've said. So you go ahead and you do it on your own. You fix yourself at this level.
But then they're going to be infected. Then they're going to go home. They might have older people, at-risk people at home. You know, they just put everybody in jeopardy.
Well, yeah, but then you should have thought of that before you went out and you decided to protest because you just had to go to work at that level. Because what you're not going to do is put me in danger because you just have to earn a couple dollars. No.
That's why I was saying that's one thing I'm glad about being self-employed. I ain't gonna have that dilemma.
Oh, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Be in a dilemma. If I don't go back to work, they're gonna fire me, and I gotta take care of my kids. Or I gotta take care of You know what I mean? You got to deal with the dilemma.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I say that and I'm not trying to be insensitive, because I know people are like legit dealing with some consequences, like I get that, but that's also like where preparedness comes in. Learn a legit skill, do a side hustle if you can, save. You don't have to go watch that movie, you don't have to go drinking or whatever. You don't have to have a subscription to X, Y, and Z. You don't have to have a new blouse every other week. You need to save that. You need to make sure that you will be okay in the event that something happens. And it doesn't have to be a pandemic. It could just be that, hey, we no longer want you employed here. And that stuff happens, So what are you going to do if you lose employment and you just out in these streets?
If they don't learn after this, I don't know what to say.
You're right.
If they don't learn after this, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? And you have some people, they're really low on the poverty scale, so it might kind of be hard for them to put money to the side or to save. But even little things like the couponing, that, you know what I mean? Because like even that Ibotta app, they give money back, you know what I mean? Just for, you can use food stamps for coupons. You can use food stamps for those apps. They give you money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like they need to probably focus more like on education, on teaching people how to get prepared, especially people who don't have the income or the means to save up, for something like this. Because everybody's not that, they don't have it. You know what I mean? And they got these landlords now for those vulnerable people telling them, okay, you don't have the rent money, well, have sex with me and we'll be good. We had a big housing case about that. The women wanted to get repairs done in their house. It was at this one project, and the maintenance man was exchanging. Oh, we'll fix it if you sleep with me. Oh, they fired a whole lot of people around.
Wow! Or how about you fix my situation before I cut your dick off? How about that?
Right.
Shoot,
right.
Don't play with me. It's gonna be a dull knife too, and you're gonna feel every slice.
So
how about that?
I had a case. This was years ago with a police officer. My client was got in a car wreck, and they thought she was DUI. They took her blood at the thing, and I guess it came back that she had a DUI. And the police officer, told her, "If you go on a date with me, I will make this go away."
Oh my God.
So when we get to court, the offer was still going. I was the lawyer at the time, and I said, "Go on the date with him.
Record everything."
And we recorded everything. Do you hear me? And when we got to court, I let it go a couple times, waiting for him to drop it, because she went on the date, waiting on him to drop it. He wouldn't drop it. And I put the DA aside. So let me tell you something. Y'all about to be in a scam. You better drop this shit. And
that's right. I got some stuff on you.
I let her hear the recording, and guess what? That case went away. But it was some mess before I could get it go away. And I was like, I don't care what y'all do. I'm gonna play it. Only thing I can tell y'all is when he gets on that stand, I'm playing that tape.
Did he get fired?
I think he got in trouble, but I don't know if he got fired. I'm not sure if he got fired, but I know he got in trouble. And my client did not see any charges. But I had to go to court because at first I didn't let him know I had it because he kept on saying he was going to drop it. And I told him, I said, well, do the right thing, drop it. Because if you did, then he said, my boss won't let me drop it. I said, so I told the DA, I said, listen, I'm going to let you hear this tape. And when you put this dude on the stand, I'm playing it. And you better hope the dude because somebody's going to tell it. It's going to be all over the news. And they dropped the charges. They didn't go forward with it.
That was smart. Tell her go ahead on the date and record.
Go on that date, girl. Have a good time.
and let him pay for everything.
I said, girl, have a good time. Record him. And she gave it back and gave it back to me. And he was clear as day. He was clear as day. I said, oh, yes. But this is over.
But you see how people take advantage of women. We go through a lot. I don't think men understand that kind of stuff we got to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Very much agreed.
I said, no, don't do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this thing. We're going to
she said, yeah, go on the date. Right. Do your makeup. Go to the Met counter and get your makeup done. Look real nice.
Make sure you talk about that ticket and how it's
That's
going to go.
right. That's right. Thank you so much for allowing me to erase this time and blah 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 blah. The whole thing.
He's like, have you played this tape for anybody else? No, not yet.
But I can. But I am willing and able. You hear me?
Not yet.
Willing and able.
Came in there one day, Charlie was gone.
My finger is trigger happy on this play button. You hear me?
She was like, I don't want to go out with him.
No, she listened to what I said. It was no protest. She did it.
No, I mean, like, you know, might have been a real ugly officer. Like,
no, he was a good looking dude. God was a good looking dude. God was a good looking dude. So I think that was
he might have been real ugly.
I was gonna tell y'all a story about something my girlfriend did to me, but I better not say it on YouTube. No, she put me out.
Were you the wing woman? Oh, that is funny.
Future be like, oh my gosh, you know.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna write a book about all my stories and stuff I've been through. People like,
no, you should. You should.
Stuff I done seen and participated in.
Like legit.
No, I need you to go on that date, record, and make sure you bring that damn ticket.
I said, yeah, you record that fool.
We got the car. That was the first thing I recorded. So
I played for that. Right? Like, who have you played this for? I said, nobody yet.
That's right. Yet being the operative word. You said, look, hear what I say.
Cross-examination. How you think that's going to play out in the trial?
Listen. Let's be forward thinking here.
Right.
That was something.
Listen, I got you.
Broadcast.
Okay, so I'll get with you, I said, when I do the centennial workout.
Yeah. Like, look.